Big old freight train heading towards Tehachapi. We're a good 80 miles east of it at a little rest stop just outside of Barstow. We are heading back into the desert, folks, and this time I'm by myself. I'm on the motorcycle. You can see here I've done something a little different. I put this white shirt over my jacket to keep me a little cooler. I'm all strapped in good. Oh yeah. Been going 80 miles an hour all morning and about 100 miles from Mojave Preserve. Maybe a little more. We'll be out there soon. Well, we're about halfway between Barstow and Baker. Baker is where Mojave Preserve is. Just taking a quick break to look at the empty nothing. So beautiful. Well over 100. This is how I like it. If you've been following me, you know I like it hot. Oh, this is beautiful. It's like gotta be probably right around 105. Yeah, and that was kind of nice. Highway Patrol saw me sitting here, so they pulled off of the freeway and come and made sure I was okay. I told them, yeah, I just needed a break real bad. My butt was killing me. That's what happens on the motorcycle after 6 hours of riding. And I like it hot, so. But yeah, he was very nice and just made sure I was okay and kept going. Well, Baker's out there, stopped at the Mad Creek for a gyro as usual. It's 113 degrees it's up to now. Feels pretty good, honestly. I'm in good shape. There's the bike. We're out in the preserve, getting ready to, well, I just got some ice. I'm playing around with the ice and organizing and just gonna start hanging out and enjoying it. This heat is just surreal. I'm not really feeling bad or anything, but it's like having a blow dryer in your face intermittently. We are under a little bit of a cloud here, thank God. It's amazingly still and hot. Ah, so nice. I didn't film anything coming down Interstate 5 this morning, but it's 3:30 p.m. and I've been riding since 6 a.m. so it's time to find a camp. Well, I don't know if you can hear it, but that gas plant thing over there is making a bunch of noise. But here we are, Kelso Dunes. It looks like the Dunes Road has been graded. It looks real smooth, so this should be nice. And yeah, after some debate, I decided I haven't been out here in a while. I don't think I've got any real close-up video. We're gonna go stay out at the dunes. So while the road is mostly hard-packed, there are these washed-out sections. You definitely don't want to go much over the 25-mile-an-hour speed limit or you'll wipe out on one of these ruts. So here we are 3 miles down the road. This is the main, there's a parking area. You can see the trail right there. There's even a outhouse, some garbage cans. There's 2 parking areas even. And you cannot camp here, but what many people don't realize is you can go another mile or so down this road and there's lots of campsites, roadside camping. Gotta love it. That last mile after the parking area is not graded though. It's really bumpy and a little bit sandy, so take it extra careful and slow. One of the times we came here before, we had to stay out there because there were other people, and then I just kind of forgot that, oh, there's some beautiful shade here. There are a lot of bees in that tree, and they are eventually going to seek out my water, but I'll deal with that. I'm going to camp over here away from them. That nice little shady area, look at this. Now, it is very hard to hike from the dunes to the dunes from here. It's much better to start at the regular place over there, but we'll take a short hike up there. Much nicer now. It's probably closer to 100. Oh, there's even a fire ring here. The rest of my view is equally amazing. Bike's looking good. Did great. Alright, the tiny tent is set up. I'm going to relax for a little while and then we'll take a little walk. All kinds of lizards running around. I'll take a short walk out this way. We'll see how far we get. Oh, so a big bag of ice that I bought at Baker, that really saved me. Not to mention stopping at the Mad Creek and sitting in their air conditioning for a while. But yeah, the extra bag of ice really helped. It's all melted already. It's only been a couple hours. It melted fast. Yeah, just putting ice on my head, and I even let the bag just kind of sit in my lap while I was riding. That really made the difference through that super hot part of the day there. Some little birds flitting through the trees here. All kinds of stuff coming alive at sunset. We're still a couple hours from actual sunset, but because of the clouds, it's almost like an early sunset out here. There's a bunch of people tracks, but there is every kind of animal as well over here. I'm here on a Saturday. There's nobody here. There was one car at the day hike parking lot, but they're gone. Yeah, here come the jackrabbits. Sunset on the granite mountains behind me. The more rocky granite part of them is around the bend. There's a pretty well-defined trail out there, but I don't know if I'm going to make it all the way out there. It's taking a long time to get this far. I sure can't resist at least following this a little ways further, though. The only sound is the flies. Now, as soon as I said I wasn't going up, Roxana was saying, watch, he's going to the top, but the sun is down. It is cooler, but I'm not really prepared to go all the way up there. I've done it. It's really a beast. But I sure did get close, and I'll get a little closer. I'll mention one other thing that's really saving me is, you know, it's small but real thermos, you know, like this. The water's still cold. Also, I want to give a little shout out to Happy Trails Hiking for reminding me to take small sips. I am one person who really has a habit of drinking way too much water, and then it starts to make you feel sick. It doesn't help anymore. Yeah, small sips is really working out well. And pretty cool, we got to where I was hoping to get to. I mean, we'll walk up a little and check this out, but we're on the actual dune. That's one thing about these dunes. There's a lot of grass over quite a bit of them. It's huge. I think it's 45 square miles. It's like 9 by 5 miles. The other side of that is just amazing, but I know by the time I get up there it'll be too dark and stuff. We'll see. We'll see if we can see anything from up there. There's the camp. You might be able to see the motorcycle out there. Not too far. Well, getting from down there to up here turned out to be really easy, but I don't know. That starts getting further and further. I don't think I'm going to get a view because we're trapped in sort of a bowl here. Yeah, that looks big, huh? No. It goes for miles on the other side of that. Well, there's a reason for you to get out here, maybe. This only took me about 45 minutes. In cooler weather, and if you're carrying more water and not so tired, you probably do it in half an hour. But again, I recommend just going from the parking lot. That trail is much more direct to get a big view. Yeah, that just gets worse and worse, and it's getting soft again. If you walk flat-footed, you don't sink in so much in some parts, but this part, you're just sinking in. So I'm going to sit here and hang out for a little while. Camp is just down there, so hopefully I won't have any problems getting back. Well, there's one I hadn't noticed before. You can see the wash. All those green plants. That's where the water sweeps through on the rare occasions that it does. Well, the dunes keep turning pink for a second and then changing color again. But look at those purple mountains. Looking good. And I've got a moon and I'll get back in plenty of time. It's only 0.8 miles back to the campsite, so yeah, that's it for today. I don't think I can do any better than that. Wow, look at that purple. And yeah, that is really what it looks like. I keep looking back and forth like, is it? Yes, that's really what it looks like. Well, just after 6, almost sunrise. It was 113 yesterday, it got down to 72. So that is a 41 degree drop, but you know, and we're at 2,300 feet and still did not actually get cold. It cooled off, but it certainly did not get cold. Plus you're so hot from all day, it took me hours to start feeling cool at all. I did get some company last night. A couple of German guys, 3 German guys showed up. They're really nice. Couldn't have better neighbors. And yeah, I'm gonna get up, hang out for a while, and start heading up towards Death Valley. Six of these guys in a line over me right now. It's one thing, if you did get trapped out here, sooner or later the military would find you. Well, it's a little after 8 o'clock. The bees are just going to town over here. There's so many bees. They're just focused on the little flowers on these cottonwoods? I'm not sure what they are. It's gonna get hot fast. I'm gonna ride around for a while, keep the wind on me, and then try and be somewhere air conditioned around lunchtime. Well, the depot is closed because their well, which is here, is broken. But the ranger guy that I know is in there. I got to say hello to him at least. I can get some idea of just how big those dunes are. And we still can't see a lot of what's on the other side there. They go a long ways that way. Took a short ride up Ivanpah. Just wasted some time. I just love this big empty. Love that nothing. And the reason I chose this spot is, as you can see, I got a little shade under there to hang out in, and maybe I'll even get a train to come by. So this old bridge is 1929, and it was probably made to drive cars under, but it's just so much sand is washed out. It's nice and cool under here. But yeah, some rough roads over here. Looks like people have tried to drive on them. I guess it goes off that way. It looks like the Park Service has blocked off that one. Wow. We are out there. It is not even 10 o'clock. The sun is really intense, but that shade sure is nice back there. Taking a quick break out here by the cinder cones before I head into Baker for lunch. The main road is just out there. Well, another lunch at the Mad Greek. I'm gonna load my pockets and my helmet and everything else up with ice so that I stay cool. We're at Ibex Pass. I just came from out there. Holy cow, that was unbelievably hot. I'm guessing 115 or so. It was brutal, but the ice kept me alright. You can just feel the hot winds coming up on you, just burning you. We gotta go another, it's only 15 miles to Shoshone, and I get another stop there, and then I start going into Death Valley. I mean, this is the outer edge of it. Those mountains over there, Death Valley's the other side of that. Obviously on the pass it's a bit hilly. Right back behind me, it's just wide open, nothing. Pretty Greening this little oasis at Shoshone. I've been sitting here in the shade a while. Gonna grab some more ice and head up to the next pass and then drop into Death Valley. It's only a little over 100 here, but it's gonna get hot again. Well, we drop down into Death Valley next. Nice and cool up here, light breeze. Oh, I put ice in my gloves even. Yeah, I'm staying all right. Well, it is unbelievably hot. I'm not sure if I'll even stop at Badwater. I might just want to cruise right through, but I want to show you the view on the way down. It's pretty amazing. Unbelievably hot. It is so hot. The heat just coming off of everything. And then that just makes more heat comes off the motorcycle because the heat's got nowhere to go. Oh, I'm dying. But the ice has got my, internally I feel good. I ate enough ice still. I only made it about 20 miles before I had to stop again. At this point the pavement is so hot and the motorcycle runs at about 180 and it has, none of that heat has anywhere to go. It's all coming back up at me. So at least when I stop and get off the bike, it feels relatively cool. At the time I was guessing it was around 105. Little did I know it was actually more like 125. I've got fresh coolant and a new thermostat, so the bike itself isn't overheating, but the metal is getting so hot. Only 15 minutes later I need to stop and cool my legs off again. There's Badwater, the lowest point in North America. Lots of people here. It's probably 105 or so. Went and sat in the shade over there for a good while. Oh, that was nice. It's the one little bit of shade. That's why I stopped here. I knew there was shade at the bathroom, so spent a good few minutes there. And now it's up to Furnace Creek Ranch for the general store, a little air conditioning and ice cream and stuff. So I made it to Furnace Creek. I had a nice froze fruit and I'm having a soda in that chair. And there's my view. Very nice. I haven't decided if I'm going to eat at the buffet yet or not, but look at that. Nice misters. Right here at the ranch. This place is big. It's got a golf course and cabins, all kinds of stuff. Decided to go check in with the rangers over here at the visitor center, and wow, was I amazed at this temperature. It is so hot on the bike that I wasn't expecting it to be much over 110 here, and I asked the rangers. They said this is fairly accurate. I suspect it reads a little high, but it's close anyway. You can imagine it was a lot hotter on the motorcycle. But the ice in my pockets did really help. I've done this before in similar temperatures and felt much worse. This one canteen wasn't even in the sun. It was just in this pocket. Water's hot enough to shave with. My pocket thermometer is reading a solid 120 in the shade too, so I think that one reads a little high because the box is out in the sun, but it is a real thermometer. I mean, yeah, so it wasn't just the heat of the bike, but it was mostly, I think, because I'm sure able to handle it just fine once I'm out here standing in it, especially in the shade. Getting a little bit of a dry throat though from not sleeping enough, I think, and all the dust. Starting to feel the effects of all this extreme heat. I was not ready to eat at a buffet and probably should have went for a swim in the pool, but I did go over here and oh yeah, these misters are real nice. It's only 23 miles from Furnace Creek to Stovepipe Wells, which is my next stop for ice and gas, but oh, it is so hot. The heat off the engine is burning my legs. I made it halfway and I had to stop and cool off again. Well, 12 more miles to go. Made it to Stovepipe Wells. It's still 120. It's like 6 o'clock at night. It's 120. And we got some test cars. There are a couple of different proving grounds where they test all the new cars, and when they drive them they put these weird patterns on them like that so that you can't tell exactly what the car looks like, so you can't get a good picture because they don't want their competitors to copy them. Yeah, you see a lot of those prototype cars out here, and you know, it's like next year's model. I'm gonna sit here a while, got a nice cold drink, went in the air conditioning, and then I'll head up to Lee Flat, I think. I was wearing the dark visor in the heat. It really helps. It keeps the hot wind off you. Back to the clear one. After sunset, we got a little bit of color out there. Well, at this point I don't know where I am other than I'm not where I'm supposed to be. The road I was looking for is completely flat and this is not, but I found a suitable camp, so that's where I'm going to stay. Up here at 5,000 feet it finally cooled off a little bit. It's about 85. Sun's about to come up and I still can't tell for sure where I am. It did cool off some. It's down to 60 degrees here at 5,000 feet. Yo Pobo and everyone else, if you've been keeping track, that's not exactly cold at night in the desert, is it? Here comes the sun, and now that I'm out of the tent and getting to look around, I'm starting to realize where I am. I was supposed to take the second left, and I took the first left. I'm just checking out this little wash next to my campsite. Basically just camped in just some people have turned around there and maybe some plows have pushed the dirt off there a few times. Just something that's been disturbed before. You can see this wash is probably not very active anymore. The water all comes down from there, but I'm guessing it silted up and now the water's pushing off the other way, because I don't see very much greenery or any difference in the plant life. When the washes are more active, you'll see a little more greenery inside of them. I mentioned earlier how that other wash appeared to be pretty much inactive. You can see these bright green plants in this wash. That's how you know there's still water occasionally flows through there, and see how everything is very brown all around it. Sometimes things don't go quite as planned in the dark. Turns out I was basically camped in the middle of the screen out there, which was on a side road off of Saline Valley Road that goes back to the main road. That was a lot closer to the main road than I thought. I had intended to go another couple miles that way and then take a left. The left that I took was earlier. Thought it looked weird when I woke up, but well, it's all the same. Beautiful. So I'm sitting here in the shade of the restroom at Father Crowley Vista, hoping to catch a jet come through Rainbow Canyon. I don't know, I'm going to run out of ice soon. I'll last another little while. What I can't believe is this Park Service guy over here. He's been standing out in the sun this whole time. It's been like an hour. And he's just not even bothering him. Yeah, he's a really nice guy. I've actually talked to him before. Up in Mesquite Springs. And we were chatting for quite a while here. Kept me from getting bored while I'm waiting. It sure is a nice view, but it is getting so hot again already, and we're at 5,000 feet and it's still approaching 110 up here. Alright folks, I'm sweltering. That was pretty exciting. We're gonna head out back towards Lone Pine now. Tried mounting the camera to the handlebars, and here are the very poor results. Owens River, flowing pretty fast. I'm right here in Big Pine. Gonna take this road here out, somewhere out in there, and find a camp sort of on the way to Eureka Dunes, but I'm not gonna go all the way out there. Gonna spend the hottest part of the day here. See, there's snow out there, but it's like 96 down here. Looks like there might even be some storms up in the Sierras, but yeah, not much happening in the sky here. Nice little spot. Bike's right up there. Just sitting down right here. Water's moving much too fast for swimming, but I did get my feet wet. Sure was nice. But my shade is running out, so it looks like it's time to head uphill and find a new spot. Back in this little camp that is up on the edge of Eureka Valley. Eureka Valley is down that way. Great little spot. Found it last time we were out here in June. It's 93 degrees up here at 7,000 something. So it's still pretty hot, but it's definitely cooler. And I got lots of shade trees. It's very quiet. I'm off the paved road. It's just right over there, but I'm far enough off it to get nice and relaxed. Had a tiny bit of rain on me just behind us. On a little bit higher section, but tiny, nothing rain. Even if it storms here, it'll be over real fast. Pretty nice. Yeah, just gonna spend the rest of the day here and head home tomorrow. Even up here at 7,000 feet, it only dropped down to 60 degrees last night. Gonna be another hot one. It's already hot. But I only have about 100 miles, not even, and then I head up into Yosemite and cool off a bit. The main road is right out there. I spotted this little side road yesterday, and this is a Forest Service road. It has a sign and a number, and it's on maps and things. Holy cow! You need a serious vehicle to get up that. This is just crazy. Well, that might be completely impassable, but this sure is a neat little side canyon here. I'm glad I didn't try and camp here. There's no shade in here. Got rained on pretty hard up over that last pass up there. We're getting close to Mammoth. You can see there's some storms. Hopefully it won't be too bad going through Yosemite. And this is Lake Crowley. It smells so nice here. This is actually a man-made lake. Next up we'll go north past Mammoth, and then I'll just hook a left over the Sierras at Tioga Road through Yosemite. And a quick and very shaky look at the ride up Tioga Pass. Over 15 feet of snow crushed this roof, and the snow melted so late they haven't had time to rebuild. I made it over Tioga Pass. Home is a few hours that way. I'll pass through Yosemite here. Here's a nice look at a little pond. So beautiful. If you saw my last video, you know there's been some smoke in Yosemite. Well, it's gotten a lot worse. Here's Tuolumne Meadows. And that's about it. We're heading west, back to Berkeley. Thanks for coming with me, everybody.